Hey there, so you're thinking about making that move to Draper, Utah. You want to know what some of the pros are and the cons of actually living in Draper? Well, that's what I'm going to share with you today and more. So let's get started. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Greg Spackman. I'm with the Living in Salt Lake City channel. If you want to learn everything about what it's like to live here, eat here, sleep here, play here in the Salt Lake City area, especially in Draper, Utah, then click the subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time I do new videos. Lately, I've been getting a ton of people that are calling me, texting me, emailing me, asking me, hey, Greg, what's it like to live here in the area? So if that's you, please reach out to me, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. Let's talk about getting you moved here to Utah. So the pros and the cons of living in Draper, Utah. First off, I'm going to show you where Draper is actually located and give you some specifics as far as what's around it and, some distances and that sort of thing. All right, so here we have Draper highlighted in red. And you can see it's just south of Salt Lake City and kind of northwest or so from Provo, Utah. You're about 25 minutes to both of those cities. You're about 25 minutes to the airport. If you want to go snow skiing or snowboarding, you have 35 minutes to 45 minutes, depending upon which ski resort you want to go to. If you want to go have some fun out at a reservoir, this reservoir here is Deer Creek. That's about 45 minutes away. Down here to Lehigh, right here off of the freeway, right where I'm circling, right where this number 92 is roughly, that's where they have all this shopping. It's amazing. Tons of different shops, restaurants, everything is there. They have a Cabela's there, super cool. A bunch of different tech companies are located there. They call it Silicon Slopes, but that's super cool. And so that gives you an idea of where Draper is in relation to the Salt Lake City area. Pro number one of living in Draper, Utah is the outdoors. So you have hundreds of miles of trails to hike, to mountain bike, to walk. You got tons of different walking you can do on pavement as well. You got the Bear Canyon Suspension Bridge hike that you can do. There's two ways you could do that hike. We did it the longer way, which is, I want to say it's about a mile hike. It wasn't bad, wasn't super strenuous. And then they have a switchback route you can take that's much faster so that you could do that as well. But the suspension bridge is a super cool hike. And then they have some more advanced hikes that you can branch off from that one. But there's a bunch of different hikes that you can do in Draper. So just your amount of outdoor activities you're going to be able to do in Draper makes it, for pro number one, the outdoors. Con number one of living in Draper is our high cost of housing and rents. Draper is one of the most expensive area that you can choose to live in all of the Salt Lake City area. You're looking at from the low 600s up to the $3 to $5 million range for a home. You do have options for new construction homes. So if you want to build, we'd love to help you build your home in Draper. So just reach out to us about that as well. Pro number two of living in Draper is the mass transit. So mass transit in the Salt Lake City area is really, really good. We have what's called the track system and the front runner train that you're going to be able to use to get around. And Draper has two spots for the track system, which is called the Blue Line. So you'd take that into Salt Lake City, and then you could switch to another track system to get to the airport. So you wouldn't even need to drive your car to go to the airport, although it'd be faster to get to the airport, but you could do it without it. And then they have a front runner train location as well. Pro number three, con number three is our rankings. So let me show you those according to niche.com now. We'll go through those real quick. All right, so here's niche.com rankings for Draper. It is the number 11th best suburb to raise a family in Utah, so it ranks really high for that. They give it an A- ranking. A, public schools. Public schools are really, really good in Draper. B- housing. A, good for families. Once again, it was the number 11th place for families. A- for jobs. C, cost of living. A, for outdoor activities, which I totally agree with for the outdoor activities. Most cities in the Salt Lake City area are going to be rated really high for outdoor activities since we have such great things you can do in the outdoors here in the Salt Lake City area. B- crime and safety. B, nightlife. I really give it more like in the C range for nightlife. B, diversity. B for weather. Weather, I would say, well, we're going to touch on that. A, health and fitness, and then B plus commute. So it has a good commute. I feel like it's where it's located and where you're going to be going. It's good for commuting. They mention about 50,000 people that live in Draper. They show median home value 663. That's not the median, that's the low home value. They show rent about 1735. You're probably looking at more like 1900 to, I don't know, in the 25 to $3,000 range, depending upon what you're looking for renting. Other rankings: best place for public schools in Utah in the state, number one. The suburb with the best public schools in Utah, number one. And then the best suburb for young professionals, number 11. And then here's your crime and safety stats. As you can see, they mentioned that it was pretty good for crime and safety. And so those are the rankings according to niche.com. So those are a pro and a con for certain things. Just depends on how you value the different rankings. Pro number 4 of living in Draper, Utah is the South Mountain Golf Course. So if you like to golf, then you have a really good golf course that you can go to. It has some amazing views. I've heard it's a really good golf course. It's just super cool, the views that you get from golfing there. But if you have golfed there before, please comment below and let me know your thoughts. Or if you have a favorite golf course in the Salt Lake City area, I'd love to hear about that as well. Con number 4, and this may be a pro for some of you, but Draper gets more snow than a bunch of the other cities around because it's right up against the mountains. So whenever I've been up there after a big snowstorm, they have a ton of snow and you have to come down the mountains if you live up top. So you just need to know that you have enough food and drinks and everything else to support that if you do have inclement weather. So just know that that can be an issue if you live up at the top of the Draper, but the views are amazing up there. The Salt Lake City view is awesome, and then the Utah Lakeside view is even better, I think. But there's some of the homes up there get a view of both of them, which would be incredible to have a view of both the Utah County and Salt Lake County from up there. Pro number 5 of living in Draper, Utah are the fun things that you get to do in Draper. So here's a few of the things. There's more, of course. The Airborne Draper, which is like a wall-to-wall trampoline place where you can play air dodgeball, and they have foam pits, so that's a super fun place to go. They have the Loveland Living Planet Aquarium. You got to go there if you have a chance. They're building a 128,000 square foot addition for the Science Learning Center. So once that opens, I believe it opens in 2026, but someone could correct me if I'm wrong on that. But that'll be super cool when that's all built. Those are just some of the fun things that you get to do in Draper. You can golf, of course, and you're not far from hiking or anything else that you want to be able to go do. Pro number 6 of living in Draper is the shopping. So there are a ton of places to outfit your new home in Draper. That's where we have the IKEA, the RC Willey, Furniture Row, and Living Spaces, and then Lazy Boys there as well. So you got all those shopping centers that are right in Draper. They're all like right together, which is super cool. Draper Peak Shopping Center has some cool places, and then the Hidden Valley Shopping Center as well. So you got plenty of shopping options, and then you got even more with Sandy being right next door with even more shopping. Pro number 7 of living in Draper, and this is what's being built, and it's called The Point. And The Point is a huge 600 plus acre 15-minute city is what they're calling it, where the old prison was located. So once that is fully built out over the next, I don't know, 10 or 15 years, it'll just be amazing. But that whole area with all the different shopping, restaurants, commercial, everything that's going in The Point, it's going to be amazing. It's going to really make Bluffdale even nicer than Bluffdale already is, and then Draper as well. I don't have as many cons of living in Draper because there really aren't that many cons that you can find here. Draper's a really great place to live. If you're considering making that move to Draper, please reach out to me and my team. We'd love to hear from you. So give us a call, send us a text, or email us. Whatever you got to do to reach out to us, we'd love to hear from you. Until next time, be rad.